Greetings, everyone, and welcome to episode 55 of Knights of the Turntable. With me, I have Joe Hova
What up?
and Brian Wilson.
What's going on?
For
Evil,
some reason,
evil in stores.
bro, the coalition tweeted out the YouTube
In
this
Spanish.
stream in Spanish.
I'm looking at it right now.
We trying to reach out to a larger audience, y'all. I'll fix that later. We just gonna let it ride. I don't know. We might jump up in views today. But welcome everybody. Today's episode is the greatest remixes ever episode on episode 55. But before we get into that, I want to know what y'all have been listening to. I'm pretty sure I have a strong idea of what Joe has been listening to. But go ahead and tell us, man.
Evil! I just got done listening to it, actually. So I listened to that. Pretty solid. A lot of people thought Future had been left in the dirt with Purple Rain. You know, he was trash. You know, and of course the internet's gonna call it trash. But Evil's actually pretty solid. So so I listened to that. I'll probably gonna go buy it after we get done with the show and stuff. What else have I listened to? I listened to some remixes. Most namely the ones that I dropped in the chat, like the Street Dreams remix and the Best of Me remix, which are like two of my favorites of all time.
Word up, word up. Be Will.
Well, I've taken it upon myself to continuously listen to Kanye because I don't know. I'm thinking that Kanye is gone forever. And so I've been having like a memoriam service. Yeah, remember the good times, you know what I'm saying? Riding in the car, late registration, man, college dropout. It was phenomenal work, and I don't think we're going to get anything like that ever again. So I'm just trying to enjoy when it was good.
I can respect that, man. I've been listening to a lot of the remixes and kind of some random playlists because I've been going like walking and jogging and shit, just playing whatever kind of comes up. But whatever playlist I was on today made me all sad halfway through the run because it played J Electronica's Exhibit A. Man, it just made me sad all over again that we're never gonna see that album. Word to Jehovah.
Ever. That shit don't fucking exist.
Nah, never
Let's
ever.
go. Vaporware, bro. But let's go ahead and jump into the topic before we get into the main topic. So, Future is on the run. Joe, it doesn't continue.
It does. Yeah, I think it does continue. And of course, you know, it's first listen, but I mean, that's huge for him to premiere another album on Beats One. This time with Khaled. He did the What a Time to Be Alive with Drake. You know, he dropped Purple Rain in between there, and it's not as good, but I mean, he picked up where, because those were cutting room tracks, the Purple Rain project, and then these are, you can tell that these songs, like, he knew what he was doing by putting that out and then putting this out 2 weeks later. I think he's just he might be unstoppable right now. He's shooting like Steph Curry right now.
You think Young Thug's gonna try to come for him?
Nah, I think that whole thing's just a marketing ploy. I mean, like the whole Kanye Wiz thing, how that shit was squashed in like the matter of a week, if that.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just a marketing ploy.
Word. B. Will, are you gonna check in on these future projects to see if the run exists, or are you gonna just let that be that?
I am absolutely not going to check in on it. I know the type of music Future makes. I'm not disputing that this project could be better than the Purple Rain, and that could be better than What a Time to Be Alive. But because of the type of music it is, that type of music doesn't really do too much for me anymore. So I'll take Joe's word for it because he is going to be the litmus test of quality of Future. So if this one is worthwhile Future, I'm not going to dispute it.
Word to that. All right. I personally, I'm gonna check out. I haven't listened to the last two because they came out too damn fast, and it's just like I didn't even know about the second one until I think you mentioned it.
And that's the problem is like the way like Purple Rain, it just kind of like came and went a little bit. but I feel like people listened to it, but it was just one of those where like I didn't have time to listen to it because I had so much stuff going on too. So I didn't really give it a fair shake either until like last week.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm gonna definitely listen to him and see what's up. I've enjoyed everything since What a Time. So, well, I enjoyed Dirty Sprite, which came out before that also, right?
Yeah, it was it was Dirty Sprite and then What a Time.
Okay, got it. Yeah. And then I listened to the Esco one, what, 56 Nights?
Yeah.
That one I like more than both of those other ones.
That's still his best one out of this run. I mean, Evil's probably gonna put up a run for it. It has some of his best songs since 56 Nights, but yeah, 56 Nights is still the best one out of all of them.
Do you think he's gonna try to keep up this pace?
Well, we still have Beast Mode 2 with Zaytoven at some point this year. We still got Ape Shit with Mike Will Made It at some point this year. So, I mean, he's got at least 2 more to drop this year.
It's almost like it's just DJ showcases or producer showcases or Future's just showing up for the ride and cashing in on it, too.
Yep.
All right, word. So, apparently Kanye West has invited people to, well, it like popped up on Craigslist. I saw a post earlier. I can't remember where I saw it, but he's inviting people out to check out Waves and get paid to do so.
Like,
man, it might change in like a week.
Like I saw something that said that it's not even that name anymore.
What the
It
hell?
was Swish, it was Waves, and then it was something else.
Yeah,
It's
like he's
probably
already.
It's To Pimp a Butterfly now. I don't know, but the post said Waves, and it's paying people to come and check it out. It's like you get paid $73. I don't know why 73. Like that's a really random number, but $73 to preview the album, and you get $130 per day for rehearsals, for 2 rehearsals. Because this is going to be a preview, a listening show, and it's going to be a fashion thing too, all in one. So basically, he's paying you to be held prisoner to check out his clothing line.
Wait, so did you say you pay 70 and then he pays you
No,
for 2 days?
No. He's paying you all of this.
He pays you 70 and then for those 2 days he's paying you like 130 a piece. Holy shit!
You know it's got to be garbage in. So nobody can complain up front. No, I paid you. You listen.
Yep. You got to stay and hear it out.
Nah, it's okay.
He gonna have a damn fan vote on what the album title gonna be at the show. But would y'all go and for the paycheck and go listen to it?
No.
Nah. No, because that's like, look, it's a pay grade above jury duty, but it's still like jury duty. You don't want to fucking go do it.
Right.
Man, I don't want to go, not even to not, because listen to the album. That's not the issue. I don't want to be stuck there for the whole fashion show, bro.
Dog, if you want to see that shit, you just walk down to the fucking homeless shelter. Like, that's how you can see all the stuff that he's designing.
Or watch Star Wars.
His fucking fake-ass Matrix clothes.
Quote,
welcome to Zion.
Unquote.
But yeah, I don't want to be, and I'm wondering if he's gonna actually have people like have to be in the fashion show because he's paying them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure, like they're gonna be involved in some kind of way because he's dishing out that money. But it's so weird that he's doing that. But what current artists, would you take the paycheck to go to a listening event for?
Future.
I knew that was gonna be an answer.
Kendrick would also be on that list.
Cole, I check out Cole's unreleased stuff. I want to hear where he was going. I want to hear where Kendrick was going. It would be people who I want to think, what are you gonna do next?
Mm-hmm.
And I check out to see what Lupe was gonna do next, since he kind of purged himself of the old material.
Lupe would probably be number 1 on my list because I'm really curious to what he's gonna do independently now.
You know who else? I would really like to see Killer Mike.
Just in the studio putting this together?
Just putting it together. Him and Crit, too.
I could definitely get down with Crit, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know on the producer side, you definitely want to go check out what Crit does, too. Right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but Lupe, Kendrick, Cole, Same people you mentioned for sure. And with Kendrick, I want to see him recording. I don't want to just see him like and listen to the album. I actually want to see Kendrick when he's recording. Like I wish I could have seen when he recorded "You" off of "To Pimp a Butterfly." The depression kind of track. I would like to see what he was like what kind of mindset he was in when he was doing that recording session. Like that's got to be crazy.
Yeah, most definitely. He's a process person from what I've heard. Just you won't get it. Like the track was on, and he just gets up and puts pieces down, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And then he comes back around and puts down pieces of a verse, just parts of a bridge, and then eventually it all comes together, and you're like, "Oh, I get it now." But that would be real interesting to me.
Right. Oh, by the way, for that tweet, you are the MVP of this month.
Hey, reverse image Google. Reverse.
I didn't even know that actually worked.
You're doing the catfish shit.
We must know.
And you are the GOAT right now for sure. I'm gonna go do some research. But all right, so it's been 10 years since Dilla's Donuts. I don't even know if you two were big Dilla fans, but I am a huge Dilla fan, and I was just gonna ask, what's y'all's favorite Dilla instrumental or song? It doesn't have to be off of Donuts, but bonus points if it is. Are y'all fans? Do y'all listen to him enough to have favorites?
Nah, I can't say that I do. I mean,
I'm familiar with his work, but not enough to have like a favorite song. Like it would probably be something from Slum Village because I really like Slum Village.
Look of Love from Slum Village is actually one of my favorites. Like one of my favorite beats of all time. It's tough though because I listen to a lot of his stuff. It's a song. It's an Erykah Badu song that he did production for her. That's super dope. Didn't you know? That one is one of my favorites. Also, is incredible.
Oh, that was dope.
But B-Will, you say you don't listen enough to have a favorite?
No, not enough Dilla material. I mean, I've heard a lot of the artists that he worked with, and probably heard Dilla joints that I didn't even know were Dilla joints, to tell you the truth. So,
the other one that comes to mind too is because I knew he did one for he's worked with Common before, but the So Far to Go off of Finding Forever is absolutely one of my fucking favorite beats of all time. That shit is so beautiful.
And that instrumental is actually off of Donuts also.
Mm-hmm.
It was reworked a bit for Common's album. But that instrumental is nuts, man. Like when he slows it down, which I don't think he did that on the Common version, but on the Donuts version, he kind of slows the sample down. Mm-hmm. It's so dope, bro. But y'all definitely got to just listen to some instrumentals. Just put them on play and let them ride out, especially Donuts. But let's go ahead and jump into the main topic, the greatest remixes ever. First off, we're going to go through the playlist that we put out. The first two songs on the playlist were automatically included. Special Delivery and Flavor in Your Ear remix. Flavor in Your Ear is, you know what, I'm going to say.
I mean, that might be the most notable. The most notable hip-hop remix of all time.
It might be, and we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna do a top 5 at the end of all this, and yeah, I was gonna say something to the tune of that, but I wanted to save it for later. But yeah, you might be right. Flavor in Your Ear might be that, and it's crazy because like Greg Mack's career was like super short, but he was around long enough to give us one of the best songs ever in hip hop. And I love Flavor in Your Ear. But, you know, when we were talking in the chat, there was a lot of remixes that we didn't think about when we was putting that list together.
So many.
Right.
But my choice, one of my single choices, was the Black Lil Bastard remix, Black Hippie. Kendrick, J-Rock, Schoolboy, and Ab Soul. That song, after a while, they only did it like maybe twice. But their remixes together are stupid dope, all of them. And just their songs together, period, are dope. But,
that remix actually made me want to listen to J-Rock more.
Really? He did go off. He did go off. And then one of my fond memories from this remix is when I watched them live performing it. I wasn't there, but I watched the live performance of it. And it looked like Ab-Soul was high as shit. He was high as shit and he was nervous, but he forgot his verse. And the rest of them took turns rapping his verse and doing their verse as well. and it was super dope, bro. Schoolboy did most of it. He killed it. After that is the Touch It remix. Joe, was that one of yours?
No, I had Street Dreams and Best of Me were mine.
Okay, got you. I'm not
Touch
sure
It remix. That was dope. That was. I mean, that beat, like Swizz, just the New York banger. Like I don't know if we can say he invented it, because I'm trying to think if New York tracks had that much energy before Rough Riders, when he just had these compilation albums of compilation songs.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they did, because that was them coming out of like the mafia type music, or the boom bap type shit. That's why Swizz was so. He wasn't genre bending, but he was redefining that sound with what he was doing with like the keys and the synths and like the high, all that mixed in with like the pounding drums.
Right. And that energy, man, it's like he created those. Even, what was it? It was Rough Riders. It was Volume 3. And I didn't even like Volume 3 that much, but it was the one with Snoop, Jada. It was like Ride or Die. Y'all talk it, we live it, or something like that. Like even the beat was kind of like, I ain't even really liked. I was like, I hate this sound, but that shit was so live still. Like Swizz just did some shit, man. I really enjoyed him bringing that, and that's why that Touch It remix was that it was high up on the list.
And that was him like redefining his sound too, like because he had kind of fell off there for a while, and then he comes back with Touch It and just fucking explodes again.
Right. Yeah, because we all thought he was gone. That's when he got smart, and because obviously he doesn't know melodies. We know that by the first half of his production career. So he came back and started sampling like a motherfucker. Thank you. What took you so long? Now you don't have to try to make melodies that don't go with each other. Just sample the melody, make some hard ass drums. Thank you.
This particular remix is also a time I was in a dark time when this remix came out. I was in a time period where I thought that Papoose was gonna be that hotness at that time point, and I really was hyped for his feature on this Busta Rhymes track, man. And I mean, he did a good job, but we all know how the story goes with Papoose after that point, and still around to this day. I don't know why my camera got all blurry right then, but maybe because it's the Papoose effect. But but yeah, the Touch It remix is fire. All right, so next, the Welcome to Atlanta remix.
Yo, absolutely one of the first remixes I remember hearing.
That was definitely one of the more significant ones. I can't say it was one of my first, but that joint was nuts. And that's the Coast to Coast remix.
The one with Snoop.
Diddy actually, whoever ghost wrote for him on that killed it too.
Yup.
We can't give Diddy credit for shit. No, G-Dep murdered extract, boy. G-Dep just killed it.
We know Puff ain't do anything.
He know that too. He know it. But yeah, that remix was fire. Now this one I believe Brian put up, Diamonds from Sierra Leone remix.
Yes, man, Jesus. I mean, listen, man, that beat. That's still, I can't find a beat that I like better than Diamonds from Sierra Leone. When Jay-Z, matter of fact, I hated that he did the whole thought of where the diamonds come from shit on that one. I felt like, do that when Jay-Z's not snapping like this. It's like Jay-Z killed that shit, and I completely forgot about what he was talking about with where the diamonds come from.
He only did that because Lupe did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lupe. When the original song was out, Lupe spit over the instrumental, and he did it about where the diamonds came from, and then the remix came afterwards.
Ah, gotcha. So yeah, I cut that song to where it's the original song up until "What's Up with You and Jay, man? Are y'all okay, man?" through the second verse. So it's his original first verse, that verse, and then Jay comes in. So it's like it's perfect. Like Jay-Z, that was the last. I can't say the last. That was one of the last verses where I felt like, how in the fuck did Jay-Z do this?
That might be the last one though.
Man, like I didn't understand how do you do this? Man, that shit was heavy. The beat was phenomenal. Jay killed it absolutely. Even
and that's when And that's when Jay was like, you know, he was still retired, quote unquote, but he was hopping
Right.
on all those remixes because he gave us the Hustlin' remix before that.
Right, I remember that.
Bit of fire verse on that too.
He did, most definitely. But yeah, that shit was super heavy. I loved it.
Word, word. All right, then the Get By remix with Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z.
I think Kel's put that on there.
Yeah, Kale's put that on there. That one's a cool one. That one doesn't stand out to me as much. Because I think it's just because I love the original so much more.
I think that's another case like we were talking about earlier, where like a song is like not better than the original when you remix it.
Right, and it's not bad. It's just that wasn't like listening to Get By. That's not a song that you would think, hey, I wonder what it would sound like with all these other people on it.
Like that's a song you hear and you're just like, yeah, this sounds like a quality song. Like
right. But the next one, Street Dreams.
Yo, that is by far one of my favorite remixes of all time. Like, the original song is cool. It's cool as hell, but just the added, like, with R. Kelly singing and doing the harmonies, and, oh my god, just, like, that song is just perfect. If I have to point to a perfect remix, I point to Street Dreams.
Cool, I can dig it. I actually didn't even listen to that one before you told me about it. Surprise.
Like, ever?
Nope.
Wow, that's a shocker.
Yep, I did not listen to that one before. What's next? The Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix. I think Dom suggested that one.
Yeah.
That one was cool to me for very kind of a fucked up reason.
Because Kendrick washed Jay?
Exactly.
Yeah. Nah, I knew that was coming.
Did y'all ever see the video of when they revealed that Jay-Z was on the remix to Kendrick? Okay, so they told him that they just, you know, kind of remastered it and added a few things to it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were playing it for him in the studio. And then, like, I want you to imagine, like, if it was J. Cole before his deal or whatever, and somebody surprised him with a Jay-Z verse. Imagine how J. Cole would be, like, super flipped out, bugging out and shit, acting a complete clown. Kendrick showed no fucking emotion whatsoever when Jay's verse came on. They just started playing, and it was like everybody around him was excited, and he's just standing there, and it's like they got less and less excited about it because he was showing no emotion. And then once we heard the song, we understood what was going on in his head. It was like, I'm about to bury this dude.
But everybody wants to give Jay crap for like, oh, his verse is crap. His verse is actually good.
I enjoyed his verse on that one because I made some jokes about it when it came out. I was like, they made him stand up in the studio this time. He actually was rapping.
It's just that Kendrick knew it was his song and took it to another fucking level.
Yeah, he did.
He completely killed it. But it was a dope collaboration. Much appreciated one that I didn't see coming at all, and it was really, really good. But shit, Kendrick went at him like he was offended that he was even on there. All right, so this one, the last one I put on here was my choice. But I gotta ask, are we counting songs where it was kind of like not even a remix, but like kind of a redo, where like the music is the only thing that changed? Because songs like that would be Mobb Deep, not Quiet Storm. Was it Quiet Storm?
The Quiet Storm remix is the same beat, but they added Lil' Kim on it, I thought.
Yeah.
There was another one. That Mobb Deep did, and it was technically the second version. Shook Ones too.
Yeah,
Shook Ones too. Do we count that as a remix?
I don't count Shook Ones as one, and I don't know. I don't really count the Quiet Storm as a remix because that was like the one that they actually played.
Yeah, that's the one that they put out.
Yeah.
And the reason why I asked is because my last choice was Black Sheep. The choice is yours, which there's the original version. I cannot stand the original version of that song. Like, it's nowhere near as good. And then the remix, it's not even called a remix by them. It was called like a redux or something like that.
Right.
It had a different beat on there. But if we're not going to count it, then I'm not going to bother with it. But that particular song is like one of my favorite songs of all time. And it would have made me putting the top 5 list together kind of hard, but we're not going to count that. But let's go ahead and jump into the conversation and discuss some of the other remixes and just, you know, our interactions with these remixes, how we felt about them, some of the first ones that we remember. Joe, as a matter of fact, you said one of the first you remember was Welcome to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, the Welcome to Atlanta remix, that was, what was that, '02, I think? So I was like, 15 or whatever. And that's one of the first remixes that I remember, like, man, this is, like, because I love the original Welcome to Atlanta. Like, that was when Luda was one of my favorites. So, to, like, get that remix with Snoop and Diddy and, who was the other person on there? Murphy Lee?
Was it Murphy Lee?
I'm pretty sure it was Murphy Lee.
The greatest trick the devil ever played.
We thought he was next. He dropped where the hook gonna be. We all thought like, oh shit, this shit was kind of fun. We can't wait.
But yeah, I think that that's one of the best remixes. And around that time too, speaking of Murphy Lee, y'all remember the fucking Rock the Mic remix?
Bruh! I forgot about
with
that.
With Sneagle and Freeway?
Forgive me, I have sinned. The Rock the Mic remix was fire.
I did not remember the remix. I heard it like twice, but I don't remember.
Well, that's another one of those cases where I remember the remix more than I do the original.
Okay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I remember the remix more. But I played the hell out of that track though, so it's kind of skewed though, because the instrumental, I loved it. I love that song, freestyling like a motherfucker.
Just fucking killed me.
Yeah,
he killed that beat. But damn, Rock the Mic, man. I got to put that in the post. Honorable mention for sure. You also mentioned before the Deuces remix too, because there's Andre 3000. We just did a show about him.
Mm-hmm.
He popped up on all those remixes, and Deuces is one of those remixes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
hard.
They all kind of went off on that one.
They did.
I'd actually say Drake was like the least memorable.
I think so.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because Kanye came in with like the lazy raps, but yeah, some good lines though.
Yeah.
But what else? What are some of the earliest remixes you remember, Brian?
I really remember it was Napster. I was buying CDs when I was in high school. So Napster is actually where you went to get shit you couldn't find. That's where all the remixes was at, because you couldn't just go to the store and buy anything that wasn't officially released. MOP Annie Up remix. My God, like I didn't even like half the people on this song, but it's the fact that the original was so much energy anyway. That was a banger that wasn't Swizz. That was a New York banger. That shit was crazy. Busta Rhymes on the beginning of that shit was outstanding. He came in so, man, Busta, he always had that energy. I feel like we probably had some years where Busta wasted his rhyming on shit that wasn't high energy. Like, that's the only music he should ever make.
You know what? That's true. I agree with you there.
Because half of the rest of the music he makes is completely pointless. He doesn't even, it's like, stop. He doesn't even say stuff. He's like Ross. Ross is smooth. His words mean nothing. Busta is energy. His words mean energy and syllables. His words mean nothing.
Hey. Dog, some of my earliest memories growing up was Busta Rhymes verses, bro. The freaking oh shit. Oh damn. The scenario, bro.
Yeah. It was just energy. It's like he wasn't
saying nothing, bro. All over the track, man.
That shit was so hard, though. That shit was so hard. Oh my God. He had that what's that song? It was on Genesis? I think it was on Genesis, because the Neptunes did the track. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that shit was so hard. And
yo,
saying nothing.
Speaking of the Neptunes, the Grinded remix.
Yeah, I popped up on me earlier. Yep, the Grinded remix is fire. I tried to search it out. I felt like there was more Pharrell remixes that I was missing, but it really isn't. There really aren't any.
Yeah. He had the original hit. He didn't have to remix it.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that was the case for sure. My earliest memory of a remix, I can't remember what year Flavor in Your Ear came out.
But 95,
95? Yeah, because he said it on the track. I remember that.
Then when did Lunis come out? I got 5 on it.
Looney's got, what was that, like 95? Looney's was 95.
Because that one I feel like is my earliest memory. of
Yeah,
remix, bro.
you're right. I remember they had 40 on it, a whole bunch of West Coast people on it.
The Bay Area all over that mud, and the whole track was fire.
Yeah,
Hold up.
it really was.
You know what else that we forgot?
What?
The Still Tippin' remix.
We did. Damn. See, that's gonna open up a door for a lot of other remixes too.
Because
Yeah,
we don't.
right.
Because that's another song that we don't recognize the original. We know the remix.
That's true. That is very true. I definitely give no fucks about the original version of that song.
Nobody cares about the original Slim Thug version. We love the fucking Mike Jones and Paul Wall version.
Yep, that is correct.
I didn't even know that was a remix. I thought that was the original.
The only reason I know that is because when I used to watch it on BET, it would say "Still Tippin' Remix."
There you go.
He was watching on BET Uncut.
Yep.
You know, Joe had to know what Paul Wall's activities were. He had to keep up.
I had to post up like him.
Bruh, all right, so here's another early curveball for y'all. The All About the Benjamins remix, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah. You know why? Because what was the original?
I don't even know.
The original is still fire.
I don't remember the original. I don't know who was on the original. I didn't even know there was an original.
Right.
Before that, the remix came out. So the remix is all I know.
Right.
But that shit was fire. Matter of fact, I had Puff Daddy and Family, the album.
Yep.
For a long time, I didn't listen to anything past the first track. Or the first two tracks. Yeah.
Victory. Oh,
and
shit.
It took me a while to get to like the All About the Benjamins, but Victory was nuts.
Yeah.
Victory was stupid. It still is.
Can we mention remixes that do suck? Because Victory 2004 was not very good.
That second Puff Daddy album was it needs to be deleted from the annals of history.
That one is banned. That's a banned album. We're not gonna talk about that.
Wait, which one's the second P Diddy album?
One. That shit.
Because that I think that's the same one that has the I Need a Girl remix, so we can't ban it.
No, that was This Is the Remix. Oh, he had a whole fucking album. Why do we forget this shit? Oh my god, it's called This Is the Remix. Oh my god, we're terrible.
No. I didn't forget because I was gonna ask who was better, the So Def Presents the remix or P Diddy's.
Dude, So Def hands down. So Def had the best remixes because, like we were talking in the chat, the Let's Get Married one.
The Let's Get Married remix is fucking undefeated, dude. That shit was great.
The whole concept of that fucking song is.
No. I'm sorry, that one was not the undefeated one. The In My Bed remix is the undefeated.
Yeah. The whole concept of the Let's Get Married song is, well, shit, we're not getting any younger, so hey, you want to get married? And they made that shit sound fire with fucking Run DMC on it.
Yeah. What's going on across the sea?
Like, that was dope just to take a romantic ass song and give it this old school hip hop feel. That was a dope ass switch. I mean, the song wasn't the greatest song ever, but that was one of the greatest ideas ever.
Yes, it was. But you were disagreeing with the So Def versus Diddy. I heard that.
I'm thinking about the Special Delivery remix. First of all, that it had its own dance. I mean, you can't hear that beat and not think of people Harlem shaking in black and white against a white background.
You really can't.
When music gives me a mental image, like I remember G-Def's verse on the remix actually being like, damn, this nigga can rap. Like I remember thinking that because I didn't think much of G-Def because I just thought, all right, you with Puffy, so that means you got one album, you're gonna write half his verses for 2 years, and then you're gonna disappear from the known world, which is exactly what happened.
G-Dep, that was before we knew the P Diddy effect. You know, G-Dep,
Craig Mack, the band.
Yeah, all of them.
Mace, he came back garbage.
He came, dog. Mace left.
His first single back was fire though. I was bumping Welcome Back like it was like.
Dog, listen to this though. Mace left, and then he left Puff, and then he came back to Puff, and the same shit happened. What you expect?
Nobody who Puff has signed has outlast Puff Daddy. This shit is not a coincidence. Nobody has been with him. Shine went to jail. Biggie died. Craig Mack fell off. G-Dep fell off.
Is he
The girls, even the girls fell off.
Is he like the Shang Tsung of hip hop? Like he just takes all their souls and
He
shit.
is legitimately the Shang Tsung.
And he's the richest motherfucker ever. This nigga's rich as hell. And everybody else up under him just gone. Come on, man. We got to investigate Puff. We got to do something. That shit's crazy to me.
They need to all create a group together, the Anti-Puff Coalition, bro. Do a whole album.
The Locks got out and maintained some relevance.
Yeah, because Styles P kept on rapping. Yeah, he was dope. Jadakiss
fucking fell off because that stale ass flow that he uses on every song, which is why I say Gucci Mane's the greatest because he got Jada to switch his flow up.
Word. But what's the verdict on that? Is it gonna be Diddy? Is it So Def though?
Ooh, you know what? I Need a Girl Part 2 was the hottest song on that album. Like, that shit was remarkable. I don't care who said Part 1 was better, they lying. They wrong.
No, Part 1's fire, but Part 2, like, once you hear those fucking things coming in, those drums coming in, and then fucking, was that Jagged Edge on the hook on that?
That was Genuine, yeah.
Oh, Genuine,
bro.
Yeah, that shit was amazing. I gotta go.
I think P. Diddy had the bigger ones.
He did. He had the bigger hits of the remixes. I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't call it.
I'm gonna go So Def, like, just because the So Def remix is. I mean, look, Jermaine Dupri had a billboard in Atlanta, like with the So Def logo on it, because people knew what it was. Like, I gotta go with So Def.
I should go with So Def on principle because P. Diddy left so many dead bodies behind him. So I'm gonna switch mine up. I'm gonna go So Def as well. But I got some more though. The Mariah Carey Fantasy remix with Old Dirty Bastard. That's a classic one, bro.
That is my girl's told me her favorite Mariah Carey song, but I'm pretty sure that deep down that is her favorite Mariah Carey song of all time.
The Fantasy remix?
Because she's a big Wu-Tang fan too, so like those were like the best of both worlds for her.
Yeah, I was thinking about the So Def collab where Escape was on it. Was it Always Be My Baby? It was like the Brad and Escape.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit was nice too.
But shoot, P. Diddy got Diddy got a remix with Escape too?
Man, he got a remix with everybody.
Pretty much. And speaking of, Method Man, Mary J. Blige, You're All I Need, the Puff Daddy remix.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Another song that we know better than the original.
Right.
Yep. I didn't hear the original until way after I heard that one. And I got them confused and thought the remix was the original and the original was the remix.
Right.
And I hated the other version. But, all right, so let's try to break this down and come up with the top 5 out of all these ones that we talked about. We need to start? We're gonna start at 1 or start at 5?
I say we start at 1 because I feel like Flavor in Your Ears
be
number one. I feel like that's number 1.
Undisputed.
Yeah, I can get with that. I'm with that.
Craig Mack won't stop till Mack's on top. At least he's on the top of our list because he's shout out to P. Diddy.
That was a rich joke.
It was. Hey, all respect to Rich. I wish he was on here to talk about this old school stuff because you know he get excited about it, man. So Flavor in Your Ears number 1. What is number 2? My nomination is So Def, Sleeping in My Bed, Drew Hill. That would be my number 2. Actually, no.
I Need a Girl Part 2.
I got 5 on the remix.
Okay, all right. I can't argue with that.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so Flavor in Your Ear, I got 5 on it. By the way, anybody who's watching the show or watches this after the fact, and it's going to be news to Brian and Joe, whenever I'm done with this, I'm going to put this on its separate post. So we're going to have the top 5 on the website on its own post as well. Okay. So, all right, Flavor in Your Ear, I got 5 on it. Then what? What were y'all saying?
I think I Need a Girl Part 2.
Yeah, dude, that song was a monster.
That shit was
Y'all,
amazing.
y'all actually put that one over the So So Def Sleeping in My Bed remix.
Yeah.
I mean, that song ruled the summer when it dropped.
It did. It really did.
Yeah, I gotta put it above that one.
I'm looking back at the playlist like, are we missing anything? Nah, it's nothing on there that just jumps out to me like, yeah, it gotta be over that. So, see, I don't even know if y'all feel the same way about this one that I do, but the De La Soul Buddy remix is really high up there for me. But the part two can be number 3. What were you about to say, Brian? Or Joe?
I think Annie Up has to go on this list.
Shit, we didn't even talk about Annie Up, and that's on the that's not on the playlist. I put the video on there. Annie Up got to go on here somewhere.
It does.
That's another prime example of Busta Rhymes going absolutely nuts.
We didn't even talk about Best of Me Part 2.
Yo,
That shit was so dope.
I think that has to go on there. Even if it's like number 5, like that remix, like Jay just came through and crushed everything on that.
See, I didn't even like that one as much though.
What?
Mm-mm.
That man Jay was
not more than these other ones that.
Dog, he said pain is pleasure and pressure burst pipes, and you know, and you what do you say? You kind of looking like that. I like it rough type, like. Come on.
Man, Jay was. I miss that Jay. He's gone.
He's gone forever.
Hey, just like the old Kanye. Kanye's gone too. We gotta let him go. All right, so number 3 is best. I Need a Girl Part 2 is number 3. And what do y'all want to put at number 3? I mean number 4.
I think the Annie Up remix has to go at 4. I
think Annie Up should definitely go number 4.
That's one of the more recognizable remixes.
Yeah, I'm with that.
So yeah, there's some people that would even argue that one up the list. Honestly, the way Annie Up worked out.
They would.
But the 5 spot though.
Wait,
Y'all want to put Best of Me over Diamond's remix?
No, no. Diamond's remix. No. Listen. Diamond's remix is on this list. One of the best beats ever made in history, and one of the best verses ever on a remix.
Hold on, I gotta look at this playlist again.
You gotta go look at the playlist because I'm like Best of Me was cool, but
I keep forgetting them.
Because like Diamond's Special Delivery, Welcome to Atlanta, Buddy to me, which like the remix, the original song is okay. I didn't even like the original that much, but the remix is super fire.
You know, honestly, I think the Welcome to Atlanta remix has to go on there.
I think it's gonna come down to Welcome to Atlanta versus Diamonds.
Listen, man, I wasn't even that big on JD, man. Kanye. I'm not saying it wasn't significant. That's when Luda was at his hottest. That's when JD was still significant. That was a big song. I mean, it was a good song anyway. I remember I had that album. Was that the 1492, 1742? What was the name of the album that JD had?
I think that was afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said 1492.
No, I think you're right though. I think it's like something 1492.
Something. I forgot what it was. But man, I mean, you think about the Diamonds beat. Think about Jay's verse on Diamonds. He ended rap. Rap was over. That album could have been over right there, and I wouldn't have cared. Yeah, this was a dope album. 13 tracks. It's great.
So am I gonna have to be the tipping point on this?
Yeah,
I think you got it.
Come on with the third vote.
Brian, you gonna hate me, bro.
Man, remember who sent you that crown, Charles? Who sent you the crown, nigga? See what I do next time I get some extra liquor.
Diamonds was dope.
Oh my god.
But when you think remixes,
now Welcome to Atlanta, you can't pass them up on there.
Can't.
I see who my friends are here. Nah, it's cool. It was a big impact track. I can't argue with that for real. Not too much.
Yeah, and man, we'd be here all night because I still think special delivery should be number 5. But we ain't gonna do
Yo, you know what other remix we forgot?
What's that?
The fucking Never Scared remix.
Oh!
And
So
Killa Cam's birthday was yesterday.
Can we change number 5?
I think we got to.
Brian?
Fine with me.
All right, Never Scared remix is number 5. I can't believe none of us thought about that.
The Never Scared, dude, that's one of my favorite Cameron verses of all time. That and his Rap City one where he's counting money.
Remix, mix. I'm about to go listen to that as soon as we done with the show.
Oh, man.
But that's a good top 5, though. That's great. Flavor in Your Ear at number 1. Number 2 is I Got 5 on it. Number 3 is I Need a Girl Part 2. Number 4 was what again?
What's that?
What did we put at number 4?
Oh, somebody was writing this down.
Annie Up.
Yeah, that's right. Annie Up.
Annie Up at number 4.
Busta Rhymes.
Never Scared. See, you know what? Since you talked about Busta Rhymes, we got to do a show where we just talk about the best posse cuts ever.
Now that's what I was
I
thinking.
want to talk about Scenario, bro.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we were talking remixes, I kept thinking of just posse songs where everybody was on this shit. Cause No Limit had some cuts. No Limit had cuts.
No Limit had gems when it came to posse cuts.
Yeah, we'll do that one because next week we can't skip next week. Next week is the best mixtapes.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, Wayne. Oh, Wayne. I miss Wayne now too. Wayne's gone. Damn.
Wayne's gone, bro. He's gone. He ain't never coming back. Never coming back.
It's okay.
But let's go ahead and get last words from everybody. Joe Hova.
JoeHovasMF.com, Indie Hip Hop. Been doing some interviews and reviews, so check those out for me. You'll find some good stuff, and also Evil in Source.
Ridiculous.
Oh, and shout out to Cameron, who's one of my top 5 rappers of all time, and happy 40th birthday yesterday.
Big 4-0.
Well,
40's the new 30.
It is. Nothing special to say, man. Love the show as usual. Talking hip hop with y'all. Washington loving it, baby.
Word to that. Business as usual. Hit thecoalition.com for other podcasts to throw down the co-op. Of course, Nights of the Turntable. We have Panel to Panel, the comic show on there as well. And we just have dope content that just drops all the time. Hit the Patreon if you'd like to donate and support thecoalition.com. We're always going to put these shows out for free, but we'd like to, add more guests to them, add some more production value and stuff. So feel free to donate to that. But we greatly appreciate your views and your support and your feedback, and we will see you all next week when we talk about the dopest mixtape series of all time. It's going to be really interesting. But peace out.